Sports pregame show. Hey folks, thanks for joining us. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny Smith is here. Shaquille O'Neal. Big guy right there.
Wow.
And it is Raptor basketball tonight as the Toronto Raptors go up against the Suns in Phoenix. Well, for the Suns, coming into tonight, a couple of goals they have. Stay aggressive on both ends, but also play with efficiency. It's a delicate balance, but they know it's the key to playing their best ball. And tonight, two teams that love to get in transition. Shaq, talk about successfully running the
2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
We are in the desert, live from Phoenix, Arizona. It's the Suns. It's what you've been waiting for. 2K Sports and the NBA present our Wednesday afternoon affair. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge is joining us from the sideline. And it's the Suns to start out. So let's take a look at the Toronto Raptors starting lineup. Kyle Lowry and Danny Green are the guard tandem. Inside pairing is Ibaka and Valanciunas. And it's Leonard in at the 3, the small forward. Ayton, the pass to Jackson.
Great job there from Valanciunas not to give any ground on that shot.
And it's Ayton missing. Well, last season we saw Valanciunas start to step out a bit with his shot.
You know, started taking about 1-3 a game, and you wonder if he's geared up to act more like a stretch 5 over the next part of his career. He's always had a great touch from the line and mid-range. Now, that just seems like a natural progression.
And so it's the Raptors getting on the board first. No good from Booker. Outside Leonard. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Love the aggressiveness. Kawhi very active, very focused on the job at hand.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure.
Chalk up 2 there.
Yeah, good awareness there. He sees an opening and doesn't hesitate.
A lot of laziness going on out there. Still early in the game, but that needs to get worked out.
And Ibaka kicks to Lowry. Screened by Valanciunas. Offensive rebound. And he goes big with the dunk right over DeAndre Ayton.
The persistence of Valanciunas paying off in a big way on the glass. He is just a tremendously hard worker.
And that was an Unleashed Chaos replay, courtesy of Under Armour, wreaking havoc at the rim. Now, here's Ariza. Jackson drives in. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Shot clock at 5. 1:02 left in the first. And that one, good.
Relentless. I mean, Jackson just giving it his all on the backboard.
Lowry passes to Ibaka. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. .52 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Warren on the wing. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. And stolen by Ayton. Booker in the corner. That's tipped.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's Siakam. Baseline J on the way. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played, here's Booker. That one a little long.
I'll tell you what, despite the miss, he's going to be looking for that same shot again.
Powell for three. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Here's Jackson. That misses. Had a chance to tie it there. At the end of one. Closely contested game so far. The Raptors out in front. Up to... And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors guys, your thoughts?
Cleaning the glass. I mean, right from the jump. And that really helped them to set the tone.
What you have to do is establish a physical presence early. An aggressiveness their opponent has failed to match.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter. C.J. Miles is out there with Anunoby. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Siakam in at the foul. The shot by Powell, no good.
And on some plays, everything goes your way, except for the finish.
And two shots coming up at the line as he gets fouled on the shot.
And they are excited about Jackson, a high motor guy with a ton of room to grow and also displays terrific leadership on both ends.
That one drops. He ties it up.
And Josh Jackson, the fourth pick in that 2017 draft out of Kansas, a hyper-athletic 6'8", and he's got the handles, I think, to become a terrific slasher in the league.
And the dunk by Powell.
And guys, right now, the defense mentally not there. Can't afford too many of those in a close game like this.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run for him there.
The defense looks done right now. No hustle or real desire to get stops.
And Jackson plays with a great motor. He's got some grit in his game.
I mean, he's a competitor. I mean, plays with that chip on both shoulders. But give me a guy who cares. As a coach, better to have guys you need to rein in rather than those you have to kind of force to be aggressive.
And here comes Ariza, leading the fast break. That's good from Bender on the assist by Ariza.
And you can see the importance of that steal. Really a 4-point swing with the conversion at the other end.
So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
The Toronto Raptors, they don't get enough credit for their defense. They were a top 5 team last year in an opponent field goal percentage. And as a group, they close out well and get a hand up on every shot.
Knight against Lowry. Pass to Leonard. Wright sets a screen. Lowry for three. And again, Toronto no up. And Steve, the Raptors defense, they may not have any first-team all-defenders, but as a group, they're solid.
They have strong rim protection. They were second in the league in blocks. They rebound well as a group. You don't think of the Toronto Raptors as a defensive team, but this team gets a lot of wins because of their defense.
Here's Leonard. Screen by Valanciunas. Ibaka with a screen on Ariza. There's a good screen. Leonard kicks to Lowry.
Just has lost the feel in terms of scoring here in the second quarter.
Knight passes to Ariza. Yes, and Knight with the assist that time.
Such an accurate shooter off the pass. Ariza, a quick thinker who knows he can score in those situations.
At the elbow, it's Ibaka. Hey, Smitty, with Serge Ibaka, you can bet when the games matter the most, he's going to be locked in.
Yeah, he could be inconsistent during the regular season, but he has another gear he can shift to in the playoffs, and they need that from him. He gives you intensity on both ends, and he can stretch the floor.
The Raptors making a switch here. Green's checked in.
Serge Ibaka, known for his defense since he came into the league, still a very capable shot blocker. He has good strength, and he can guard post players much bigger than him.
And there it is for him.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. A shot by Lowry, wide open. And again, no good by Toronto. Kicks it out to Ariza. Pass to Chandler. Back to Ariza. Passes it to Bender. Ibaka with some nice D.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
And we're through the first half of basketball. Here and what's...
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
We welcome you back. Ernie Johnson with Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Quite the tussle there in the first half, huh? For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. Their largest deficit of the period was just 4 points. They were right there within shouting distance the entire time. The second quarter was a different story than the first. They played with energy and confidence in building a 3-point lead at the break. Kenny, let's start with you. What did you think about the Suns?
Well, so far, they've taken care of their business here at home. It's something you might expect, but it's not a given. We'll see if they can keep that up in the second half.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
I like the way they rebounded. They devoted a lot of energy down low, fighting for each other on the boards, and they helped keep this game tight. If they can continue to do that, it could easily be the factor that swings the game in their favor.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
The streets around this beautiful arena in downtown Phoenix, the home of the Suns. Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far. We talk a lot about making plays at the rim and hitting threes, but the mid-range game is still alive, Steve, and it's playing well with some players.
I love it because it's coming back. The guy I come to mind to think of, first of all, is DeMar DeRozan. I think the king of the mid-range. C.J. McCollum, Carmelo Anthony, LaMarcus Aldridge, Chris Paul for a point guard does a nice job.
Chris Paul, right.
Knocking down the mid-range game. I love the three-point shot, but I think the mid-range game is starting to come back. Pump fake, one dribble, and knock it down.
Knight and Booker are the guards. Chandler out there with Bender. And it's Ariza in at the three. That's the group for Igor Kokoshkov getting going here in the second half. Unloads from 13. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good.
And from that mid-range area, Serge gotten pretty reliable.
Knight against Lowry. Kicks it out to Ariza. Offline with his three. Raptors trail by 4. Here's Green. And it's Devin Booker with the rebound. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Yeah, and Chandler, a difference maker defensively. The shot blocking, the controlling of the lane. He also gobbles up those rebounds.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. The Raptors shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Anunoby, and he goes in for the dunk.
You get a chance to see the elite court vision there. Excellent pass.
Suns leading by 4. Knight gets to Ariza. Chandler trying to free himself up. Phoenix, no good that time either. The pass to Anunoby. And there's a nice one-handed slam.
And you can't afford to lose Anunoby in transition. As soon as he has a step on you, it's over.
When you watch Anunoby play, he does so much well. makes his teammates better. Not easy to do as a young wing player. He's a fantastic passer and does a very good job of reading the play.
The Suns shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Well, with Anunoby, so much of his impact, Steve, doesn't show up on the stat sheet.
Yeah, that passing from the wing is what will set OG Anunoby apart in his career. Already a strong defender, doesn't need to touch the ball to impact the game.
And the foul called on Brandon Knight. That is his first foul of the game. Into the third we go. 2 minutes in now. Now here's Powell. Defended by Booker. Powell kicks to Miles. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Bender. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Miles has got his first points in this one. Fires it up. And the Suns miss again.
And this is one of those times where the coach has got to preach, be unselfish.
And we don't know that he hasn't. Maybe it's been falling on deaf ears. Guys taking ill-advised jump shots.
The Raptors shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. First one falls for him. Fred VanVleet is checked in for Toronto. And it's tied up with that one.
And this is what we've come to expect from him. This type of consistency from the line.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the third. Three-pointer. And again, it's the Suns missing. The Raptors have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. That gives them the lead. And the Raptors lead by 2.
And they're scoring much more efficiently here in the second half, and they've gotten that field goal percentage above 50.
12 seconds left to play in the third. And he makes good on the layup. VanVleet's got 4 this quarter.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
And it's off from three-point range. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. The Raptors out in front. Leading by just 1. And we'll be back with you right after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Execution. This is what you practice every day. These guys are professionals. Beautiful play.
And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. So the Raptors 5 right now. We've got Ibaka. Green is up. There with Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Lowry. And it's VanVleet in at the shooting guard. Leonard, the pass to Ibaka. No good off the pick.
You know, and after fighting to get back into it, that was the chance there to tie it up.
Ever so close. Needed that one to go down.
No good from Booker. Toronto trailing. Here's Leonard. Rebounded by Jackson. Well, Phoenix shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Pass to Ayton. Back to Booker. Beyond the arc. Again, the miss by Booker.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Jackson kicks to Chris. Pass to Booker. The tray. connects from three-point range. Booker's got a pair of threes here in the fourth quarter for the Suns. And the Raptors call time here. They trail by 5. 1:51 left here in the fourth quarter. The Raptors making a switch here. Valanciunas is checked in. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Thanks, Kevin. The Toronto's head coach had some words for his team during the break. He told them it's time for you to fight to get this lead. Let's bring this one home. Guys, we'll see if they have what it takes to get it done. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And again, Toronto no up.
When you defend a good mid-range shooter, this is how you contest without fouling.
Green against Bridges. Down low. It's stolen by Valanciunas. There's 1:17 left in the fourth quarter of this one, and Josh Jackson picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. .116 left in the fourth quarter. Here's Leonard. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
Crucial point. Points, Kawhi stepping up to the plate when his team needs him the most.
Phoenix calls timeout. They lead by 3. 1:09 left in the fourth. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan Player of the Game, Devin Booker.
And to me, the best part of his game has been the work he's done inside. I mean, slashing, driving the lane, attacking the basket at every chance. When he's had an opening, he's taken it.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Bender comes in for Marquise Chris, and Trevor Ariza is subbed in for Bridges. The Raptors have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the fourth. A lot of misses, just the one make, and they're able to recover. And it's the Suns with the ball. They lead by 1. And Booker kicks to Ariza. Hands the 3.
Well, that is NBA level right there.
It's the way the game is supposed to be played. Guys competing at the highest level.
46 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Lowry dishes to Leonard. And stolen by Ariza. And that's an intentional foul. .36 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Inside, Jackson. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Jackson's got the lead up to 6 now for the Suns.
And how cold-blooded is Jackson? He knows how to step up when the game is on the line.
Toronto calls timeout. They're trailing by 6. 29 seconds left in the game. Leonard against Ariza. Valanciunas sets a screen for Leonard over Ariza. Yes! And now they trail by just 4.
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be talented, but Kawhi is clutch as well.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And the Raptors with the ball. Here's Valanciunas. Money!
That was just a cold-blooded play there from Valanciunas. Not fazed at all by the situation.
And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
So he gets them both, and it's a 5-point game.
knocking down the W. It's got to feel good to him right now.
Lowry kicks to Leonard. Off target with his three. And so they foul intentionally. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 7-point game. Lowry passes to Ibaka. The three. So the Suns win it. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.